Oh, big weekend ahead of us. Kentucky Derby, Run for the Roses, field of 20 on Saturday afternoon. I think the race goes off just before 7 o'clock West Coast time. And Journalism, that's the horse's name. Journalism is the heavy favorite. It's going to start right in the middle. I think post position 8 in the 20-horse field. Horse is unbeaten since last year. Has won 4 in a row and has won at Santa Anita. I think it's a very, very good race. We'll see if there's some upsets along the way. Sandman might be the second best. Citizen Bull, which is a Bob Baffert horse, also one to keep an eye on. And speaking of Bob Baffert, his 3-year suspension is over. This is the first time since 2021 Baffert has been allowed on the grounds at Churchill Downs to put his horses in the Kentucky Derby. This, of course, came in the aftermath of the positive drug test and then the terrible death of the 2021 Kentucky Derby winner. Was it Mystic Pride? I think it was. So Baffert's back. This is going to be a phenomenal race. And like I say, a field of 20. It's a traffic jam, man. Those horses that start on the inside, there is so much traffic because everybody comes out of the gates and everybody funnels down in along the rail, and the traffic is just ungodly in terms of who's going to get the lead. And you don't want the ones starting on the pole inside to burn all their speed to try to get out front in the long race. But the Derby comes up, so that is going to be fun. Second topic on the table. This involves Formula One. They're here in the States this weekend. Formula One, Miami Grand Prix. And they have devised this track. This has really become an event. This has become almost like Monaco, racing through the streets of Miami, palm trees and everything. It's really kind of cool. And, you know, the big story there is obviously Max Verstappen. Am I happy? Am I unhappy with Team Red Bull? How am I going to drive? How's my car going to handle this week? Ferrari with Sir Lewis Hamilton doesn't know from one week to the next how his car is going to be set up and operate. He's had a really strange start. We may have a new superstar from Argentina. His name is Oscar Piastri. He has won the last 2 F1 races and has held off and fought through a lot of adversity to hold off the challenges. And we got Lando Norris, who's had crashes and just suddenly is just not finishing up front. A lot of problems with him. So Miami Grand Prix is really kind of cool. And the last topic, this is so neat. And we've talked soccer. And I wish somebody out there would join us on Fans Forum and talk soccer. Talking about Wrexham. Wrexham was a lower division soccer club in Wales, south of England. They were bought by American ownership by Hollywood guy Ryan
Reynolds.
Mm-hmm. They have taken it from the lowest division possible, and they have 3 years in a row, they've been elevated. They next year will play in the Championship League. The Championship League is like the AAA of soccer. It's right below the English Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
So Wrexham, because of what they call promotion relegation, Wrexham's had 3 unbelievable years in a row. They keep getting promoted to the next division up. So they're going to play in the Championship League, and if they do well next year, that puts them instead to be possibly promoted to the English Premier League. And the volume of money that is immediately yours if your team gets promoted to the EPL is phenomenal. It's like $130 million in TV contracts, and it's $100 million or $120 million in shared marketing revenue. It's phenomenal if you're in the EPL. Now, if you get deleted, you lose all that money. But Wrexham has gone from the lowest echelon in Wales. Wales is like the size of Rhode Island.
Yeah,
and there is a successful, and it's unbelievable what they've been able to accomplish. It's the first time they've been playing soccer since before you were born, dating back to 1888. First time since 1888, a club has been promoted 3 years in a row. And these guys are knocking at the door of the English Premier League. So Wrexham, and they had the TV series on Netflix, which is where they kind of gained their popularity. And this doggone thing has taken off. So it's a fascinating story. So, John, you want to talk about Baffert, talk about F1, talk about Wrexham?
Well, I'll be watching the Kentucky Derby. That's the one must-see horse race. And to your point, 20 at the gate, And the way they funnel into that first turn, yeah, it is a traffic jam. But this whole Wrexham thing, Ryan Reynolds is a really special guy. I mean, granted, he's an actor and he's a good-looking Hollywood guy, but what he has done in the business world, have you followed this at all? So he was one of the early investors in Aviation Gin, and that blew up. Some alcohol distillery. Then he was owned. I think it was called Mint Mobile. Kind of a inexpensive mobile telephone plan. He ended up selling that to T-Mobile. Made $1 gazillion. I mean, this guy just is kind of magic, Midas touch. And imagine if he takes Wrexham, and imagine if they got all the way to the Premier League. I mean, imagine the asset value of his ownership stake in that franchise. I mean, this guy, he's a billionaire, and doesn't even count what he's done in Hollywood. Yeah. It's just as an investor.
A creative genius. Just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, he is. And he's witty, and he brings a lot of his personality into these businesses, and he kind of drives a lot of their marketing and their social media campaigns, and he just knows what buttons to push. So I think this is just a wonderful story, and let's just, go Wrexham.
Yeah, that's cool. I've never been to Wales. That's still on my checklist. I traveled abroad. I took 6 international vacations in a row prior to COVID. And Wales, as small as it is, off the edge of Ireland and England, that's still on my want-to-do list. Haven't gotten there yet. Okay, those are topics on the table.